We are live. We are live, boys. We are live. Are we live? Yes, I see people coming in. Let's wait a little bit. Bofor 925k, Kristianka, it's Andy, Joey Lay. We are finally live, guys, huh? As you see, I come straight from the office. Bro, straight up sat down after getting home. Yes, literally, like I came from the office, said hello to my girlfriend, and boom, here I am. Chasing the miles. What's going on? I didn't have even like 5 minutes to take a break after coming from the office. I was like straight to the stream. Let's do it. Chasing the miles. Dynam. What's going on, guys? You can call me D. Man, I have no idea what's going on in the markets, but it's looking juicy for shorts, huh? I honestly have no idea. I haven't looked at the markets. I took one trade today at London. Okay, let me do some marking on the charts. Let me quickly adjust myself because god damn, are we missing some kind of shorts here? Because that is looking juicy as hell. Wait, I deleted Viva. Give me 1 second, guys, and then J-Moon, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing? So yeah, I'm a little bit. I have no idea what's going on in the markets. Let me quickly look. What was the orb today? Where is the orb candle? Here it is. Let's make orb green today. Oh, I don't like this green. Are we at the orb high right now? Okay. Let's give me a moment. Again, I came from the office straight to streaming, so I have no idea what the markets are doing. Cyfrost, Jeremy Leva, damn it, I shorted but I checked out and closed the trade. I mean, you might not be wrong with your timing. I think again, I just came home. I'm not entirely sure what's going on in the markets, but based the fact that we've been so bullish last few days, I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna have a steeper pullback. But let's see. NQ is holding the Viva. Let me mark this as well. This high here, it happened at the same time. NQ holding the orb high as far as I can see. Okay, let's give this market a little bit time. Again, looks like a retest of orb high in long here, guys. I'll give you advice in a little bit. Again, this is me for the first time looking at the market today. I haven't had a single minute to look at the market today, but based on what's been happening last few days, I wouldn't long this market. Just my thoughts. I don't think this market is gonna continue doing what it's been doing for the last few days. Rowie, my man, I'm good. Busy. My work has been getting a little crazy, man. I know I say this every time I stream, but I can't fucking wait until I do this shit full time. Pietro, what's up? Guys, let me know if everything is working well for you. Like audio, music too loud, music too slow. Again, like I came from the office straight to my computer, straight to turn on the stream. So let's see what the markets are doing. 4 hour is exactly where the 200 EMA is right now. Is this another EMA fake out? Because this was a fake out, right? We got the 200 EMA and we came back. This yellow box here, I know from the last time that this was a support. Now it's turning into resistance. I thought you might skip today. Man, yeah, I mean, did I want to skip today a little bit? Yes, because I was like, I want to go home, I want to have a shower, I want to see what the markets are doing, like, but no, like, I'm gonna have a much less frequent stream schedule for the next 2 weeks, starting from next week, because as I told you guys, like the US switches to summertime 2 weeks before Europe. So in Europe right now it's 5 p.m. but usually the market open is 4:30, so 30 minutes after 4 is the market open for me in Estonian time, and now it's gonna be 3:30. So for me to make time to stream so early, it's just impossible with my work. Unless, again, unless nothing. Audio good? That's good. Okay, let's find the trade. Let's see what the markets are doing. I like the idea of shorts more, but I'm gonna get the stronger confirmation in terms of maybe we get some divergence. Do we have any divergence? I mean, you can kinda... we have a small divergence, huh? But I don't think it's enough. We have this divergence right here. Do you see this? Did NQ take it out? Yeah, NQ took it out. If we close 5 minutes into the orb, I might look for shorts. Thank you for your time streaming after work, really appreciate it. Man, I appreciate you recognizing it. I'm not like being a victim, like, oh, I have so much work, how can I stream? But obviously sometimes it's really like, I want to start earlier stream. But I appreciate that you notice the hard work that goes into it. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy. But that's life. One day we're gonna do it full time. I will probably do it right now full time if I was selling a course or Discord. Ray Malhotra. I never know how to pronounce your name, but what's up, my friend? What's up, my friend? Now we are holding the orb high, but I don't think it's the long breakout day. Maybe I have a bearish bias, you know, I've been having a bearish bias for quite some time. But we zombie rallied yesterday. How was the volume yesterday? Let's look at the daily volume. Let's look at the daily volume. Oh, it was not so bad. The yesterday buying was like, what do you want to see? ES not so much, but what you want to see is like, if you have a huge, and I know this chart is super trippy on daily because I don't use this chart on a daily time frame, but I just want you to focus on the volume. Like, what you want to see when you're looking at volume and how the candle is, you want to see that the volume equals the effort. Like, if you have a really high volume, you also want to see like full body candle or like big engulfing candles, right? You want to see that the volume like equals what you see visually as well. Quintex, what's up, my man? How are you? ES is not closing outside of orb. NQ is outside of the orb. I'm waiting for any stronger divergence, but we kind of have one divergence. Do we? Yeah, we have. But I'm waiting for a new divergence. I think there's gonna be a nice time to short this market. I'm not sure if it's now. For me right now, I feel like market just opened. I know market has been open for it has been open for 45 minutes. But since I started streaming and turned the markets on exactly at the same time, right now I feel that the markets just opened. So I need to a little bit adjust my mindset, because I think we can already find some good trades. We have 36 people watching. Let's go, guys. Yeah. I mean, this is a 15-minute opening, but I'm a strong believer in shorts. This is looking juicy on every single time frame for shorts. Are we gonna... The other thing that I'm seeing on the markets right now is ES is below VWAP while NQ is above VWAP. This is... RTI is dumping. Let's go. Dow Jones is dumping. I feel like we will have a ranging NQ at the high of the orb. You might not be wrong, because we still... Man, I want to short this so badly though. I want to short this so badly, but we still have... Let's see if... Are we gonna close? Like, you mean this range, right? Yeah, I mean this... How many points is that? 70 points from the high if you put the stop loss, 70 points. I like shorts. I really like shorts. Bought shorts and it just kept going up. Thankfully currently going down. Let's hope it keeps it that way. You didn't have a stop loss? It's Andy. You didn't have a stop loss, you were just waiting. I mean, I'm not saying it was a bad idea. I agree with every single shot. It's of course it's a matter of location. Where do you take them, right? Man, ES is turning super bearish. I might jump onto this. Let's see. I don't want to chase this market. 100 points for stop loss. Where our targets are. I think we can go on a 1 hour chart. Oh, we have so much room to come down, huh? We can come. We are looking at 400 points. I'm not surprised if we're gonna do 400 points here, but let's see if we have a little bit better entry. I'm not entering right now, but I like the idea of shorts a lot. Spy puts. An options. Then it makes sense. I was like, did you not have stop loss? Where is your stop loss? But I think today is the day for puts. I wouldn't be surprised. But I want to have a nice entry. I mean, you can play inverse orb here as well. You can technically play inverse orb here too. We didn't take out. I mean, we have divergence. We also got the reaction from the VWAP activation band, right? This was actually the perfect entry. The VWAP activation band. Man, I'm gonna go in. I got a little bit worse fill than I wanted to have, but I'm also going for these lows what we made yesterday. I don't see the problem market taking these lows. I don't see it at all. Man, the crazy money you can make with 1 micro, huh? With 1 micro, it's insane. With 1 micro, 700, 800? How many points is that? 400 points. That's crazy trade if it hits. We'll see. I am ready to scale in with 1 more contract into this. But I see this market. Be careful of the FOMO fairy. I'm not so worried. Unless we start showing like strong momentum to the upside. I'm gonna have a wide stop loss, don't get me wrong. I'm risking here at least $200. But I think this market wants to go down, honestly. I think NQ is faking us out because ES is showing some... It wants to go down, right? ES is looking super bearish, which is really good for NQ in terms of like switching to bearish as well. And the other thing that I'm seeing, okay, I don't have VWAP on Dow Jones, but if you look, ES is below the VWAP. NQ is the only one. RTI is also below the VWAP. NQ is the only one who is still being held by VWAP, and now we are breaking it right now. I'm seeing no, not yet. The entry was not the best, but again, I'm risking quite a lot here on this trade in terms of the points. I'm risking 266. Yeah, I would say even like 279. On like it's gonna be a wide stop loss, but I'm also going for 370 points, right? I'm going on a bigger trade because I believe we have a lot to go down on this market. And if I lose, I lose. I will find new trade. That's how it's always gonna be. Can you re-explain the logic behind this short? For me, there's two things. We had extreme zombie rallies last few days. Now we closed 5-minute candle into the orb as well, indicating that we are entering into this orb again. If we close 5-minute candle outside of the orb, maybe it gets shaky, like to the upside. But Come on, we have a bearish bias because of what's going on in the world. We had a zombie rally yesterday. Every zombie rally usually gets it quite literally gets deleted usually in the next few days. Zombie rallies are just a build up for big shorts. It's always been like this, and that's my perspective. But the main reasons why I got this into short, like look ES, like ES needs to be bullish for NQ to be bullish as well. Like, and by bullish I mean like really strong. Like if you expect NQ to be strong, ES better be strong as well. If NQ is strong alone, that's not a, how do I say it? It's not sustainable for NQ. Like ES has more volume. NQ is a fake out artist. NQ always, you can't trust NQ. You can only trust ES in terms of how these things move. So for me to see that ES is like really weak, even though NQ was quite strong at the time before my short, or it looked quite strong, right? We have divergence, like you see there is a clear divergence, right? NQ made, I would say, equal highs, maybe a little bit higher highs, but ES completely failed to make it. ES is closing the candles below the orb already. That only means that NQ probably gonna follow it. We got aggressive reaction from the VWAP activation bands. I know that, yeah, we didn't. We are struggling on the 200 EMA. If you struggle at 200 EMA, what bullish action can you expect, right? Like if you overtake the 200 EMA, you better. How do I put it? Where is my TP, by the way? 738. Like if you wanna be bullish, if you wanna be super bullish, if you take this 200 EMA, you better keep it. Like you need to hold this as a support if you wanna continue up. Otherwise, it's gonna happen exactly like it's happening right now. You're failing the 200 EMAs. I always tell you, EMAs will tell you where the trend is or what's the bias is. We had a, like this, what happened yesterday is not bullish bias, because you're still below those EMAs. Yes, we closed 4-hour candle barely over 200 EMA, and look what happened. Immediately got rejection, immediately we went below the 200 EMA again. So I think there is a lot of reasons to be short. What happens exactly when we have divergence? Divergence just, the only thing happens is like ES or NQ, like whatever is making the divergence, like one of them takes out a recent high or low. Like the only thing that matters is that this high and this high, that they happen at the same time. And then what happens in the future is one of them takes out the high and the other one doesn't take out the high, then it's a divergence. And usually, like if you take out those highs, you have two options, right? You're either gonna reverse or you're gonna continue bullish momentum. And why I love divergences is the fact that, I'm gonna show you this in a minute, but what I love about divergence is if like you can stay in a short as long as ES will take out this high. When ES takes out this high, boom, you're out. There's no more divergence. But as long as ES doesn't take out that high, that divergence acts as a confluence. And you can just keep the trade going until the divergence is not there. The divergence is something. It's just how, I don't know even the logic behind it. It's just what happens with market mechanics, like with lows and highs. And it's just a super strong confluence in terms of reversals. Like there's no. Hey, sorry, I just joined. Could you explain your latest trade and entry point? Well, my entry is super bad. Don't get me wrong. I should have entered like this. For me, is a top tick short opportunity. This trade right now, if I was on my PC, there is a high likeliness that I would actually like top tick this short. because we are at the VWAP deviation bands. VWAP deviation bands are for me the strongest reversal indicator there is in terms of the short time frame finding the entry points for reversals. I'm not gonna give you hindsight trading. Oh, I will be top tick short, but I will probably consider it because I hate hindsight trading. I hate someone comes, oh, you should have taken this or you should have traded in this way. By the way, this trade is already 100 points in profits. But okay, so we have VWAP deviation bands, right? I use these for reversals. I was not at my PC when we touched that VWAP reversal point, but anyways, the next one is, let me go chart by chart. The next one is my overall trading on term. Give this guy a break. It's fine. It's fine. People learn the best way when I explain why I entered into a trade, right? And again, like sometimes my entry can be just because I have a bearish bias, and it's kind of like gut feeling as well. I think gut feeling is only gained by having a lot of market hours, meaning that you spend a lot of time in the markets, and then you're gonna develop a gut feeling that hey, now it's good time to entry, even though you don't have any so to say, like there's no clear A+ setup. You feel that, oh hey, I have seen this happen before, let me enter, and so on. Anyways, oh my god, this trade is so quickly 100 points up. That's crazy, actually. That's insane. It kind of wants me to just take profits and be done for the day, honestly. That's crazy. 100 points up already. Mad. Anyways, the next one is divergence. So for me, the only thing that matters in the divergence is the previous high needs to be made at the same time, right? If you see how my crosshair moves, those highs were made at the same time, and I care about those highs because if one of the indexes takes it out, like NQ barely took it out, right? You rather want to see that kind of divergence than that kind of divergence. But you can say NQ took this high out and ES is not even close to it. That gives me kinda a signal to enter as well, because I love entering when we have a clear rule when we want to get out. Because the thing is, this divergence doesn't exist anymore if ES goes above it, right? If this is the high, this is the high, and let's see, you see NQ pushing above this high and ES pushing above this high as well, it's not divergence anymore. So you have a really clear understanding when do you want to get out is when there's no more divergence. And since we had divergence, I was like, okay, if I go short here, I can exit my short as soon as ES takes out the divergence, right? There's no more divergence anymore. So divergence, and also I usually take all my trades based on the 50-minute orb. This green box is the 50-minute orb, meaning it's the first 50-minute candle. If it's the first, it's the first 15-minute. I'm reading chat sometimes, so sorry if I get a little bit lost in the sauce I'm giving, but the point I'm trying to make is this is the 15-minute high and low. You can play the breakout, right? You wait for the candle to close, retest, and then you long the breakout. For me, there was two things that were happening when I was entering. ES at the same time was showing me kind of bearish momentum, where is the same time. Look, NQ was here above the orb while ES was inside the orb. So I was like, and I know this, that NQ is a goddamn fake out artist. NQ, like, you need to see what the rest of the market is doing, whether you follow all the indexes, but you need to kind of have understanding what's the rest of the market doing. And in this case, ES has more volume, it has more liquidity, it has more truth in his movements. Jesus, we are up 150 points. Imagine if we snipe the entry as well. Now I'm sad I'm only with one contract. I don't think I have ever in my life made $700 with one micro. If this trade hits, I'm not joking, but I have a really clear understanding when I'm gonna get out of this trade, and I'm gonna share with you this one, and later we can get down to explanation. So on my second chart, this is what I'm monitoring. The same thing, I look for reversals. What I look for in those VWAP deviation bands is price needs to break them. What a trade! I'm up 1k and done for the day. You can't make this up, guys. But anyways, if I see that the 1 minute candle closes outside of those green bands that you're seeing, I'm out of this trade. I'm gonna close it manually. So on my second monitor, I am monitoring, because what's the general rule that I have with those VWAP deviation bands is the fact that like they start super tight, and I don't want to zoom out right now because I'm really monitoring when I should get out, because as soon as we close 1 minute candle outside of them, I am out. And I'm not closing it right now because this is not 1 minute candle close, right? Maybe we should. I don't know. We are up so much. It's hard to. You don't want to get greedy as well, right? I think I'm gonna go 100 points. I'm gonna take 100 points regardless, and I'm happy with my 100 points. At the same time, I think I'm leaving too early from this trade. Okay, I'm willing to risk a little bit more. I'm willing to risk some profits because I feel we can do freaking 700 with 1 micro. Do you understand how insane that will be? The lowest risk you can take on the markets. Okay, we closed 1 minute candle on NQ. I think we should be out from this trade really soon. Yeah, I think now it's time to go for. I'm gonna go for 100 points. It is what it is. I don't want to close. This is why I love trading with 2 contracts. I don't know why I'm in with 1 contract. I mean, 100 point is nice, but imagine 350 points, right? And that 350 point doesn't come with straight line. Can we close 1 minute candle into those VWAP deviation bands? No. It's okay. We take the 200. I think it's gonna hit my 200. It's 100 points. But we are showing the first sign for reversal. The market is gaining a little bit of strength. But ES is not confirming what I'm seeing on NQ. Come on, can we push a little bit lower? And I'm gonna go for 200 points, and yep, like this. Now I'm not so greedy, and I'm also, if I'm gonna take home this trade, it's gonna be 200 point profits. So can we take 200 points? We are so close. Can we take 200 points on this trade, man? We are so close. It's either, okay, let's see. If NQ closes this 1 minute candle into those VWAP deviation bands, please close, please close, please close. That's 15 seconds. I'm gonna wait for this 1 minute candle goes. Come on, close the candle into those VWAP deviation bands. No, I think I'm gonna be out. I think I'm gonna be out. Yep, I'm gonna secure. Okay, I'm gonna secure 100 points, and I don't want to give more back to the market because it's showing me signs that it's gonna reverse maybe. So who knows? I'm taking my 200. I have 3 accounts. That's plenty of money. And 100 points. If market gives you 100 points, it's always you want to take it, right? Oh, I thought I'm out. I'm not out yet. Oh, if it keeps me in, guys. If this hits, I don't know what I'm gonna do for celebration, but we're gonna celebrate. Oh, this will be insane save. And we are creating the 15 minute. Nice. it would be insane, but I think I'm out of this with 100 points. Oh, it's a close one. It's a close one, guys. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. Nice. We took 100 points. First trade. Just got home. I missed a lot of chat. Let's see. Amazing trade. I'm up 1k and done for the day. Toretto, what's going on, my friend? Made 1.1k on my combine. You're just insane. Oh. Keep missing the good trades. $500 profit, guys. You're eating, huh? I'm playing with one micro, but some guys are sizing up. Nice trade. Nice trade. Regardless what's gonna happen. I'm curious. I'm gonna leave this 300 point thing. I'm just gonna be curious. And I know it's not good for my mental health to see later that we missed 300 points. Oh, it's actually really getting close to my entry now. But we also are seeing signs for potential reversal. The only thing I don't... So many 100-point trades on stream? Yes. I mean... Isn't that amazing? That we live stream 100-point trades? I was with 4 micros. Holy shit. Yeah, the maximum we had, we were 174 points in profits. Somebody asked if I want to long now. What's missing for me in longs is, let me see. I would wish to see more volume, and I would also see, like, for longs, let's see. Oh man, we closed it perfectly. Thank you, I got 405 points profit. Man, guys, I'm so happy that you took... No. Let me rephrase it. I'm so happy that you guys took nice profits from that trade. I am so happy that you made a lot of money. But please keep that in mind, that I am not some miracle guy who doesn't lose. Like, I can enter a trade and also lose 100 points, right? So I just want to emphasize that I don't live stream for you to copy trade me. If you do it, just please keep in mind that it's your own accountability that you're ready to lose as well, because I am ready to always lose. Don't get me wrong, I'm always ready to lose on this market. If I enter a trade, I'm okay losing money. It feels like shit, but I'm okay. But I just don't want to be responsible for someone losing money because I enter a trade. I just live stream my trades. I'm ready to lose, so always be ready to lose if you copy trade me, right? I try to take as good trades as possible, but you always need to be ready to also lose money on the trade that I will take. If ES fails this retest, I might re-enter into shorts. If ES closes 5-minute candle in the orb again, different topic. If ES doesn't close 5-minute candles into this orb, I like the idea of shorts again, and like keeping your stop loss above those VWAPs. That is looking bullish right now, don't get me wrong. And we also had the highest volume on the last red candle, both on ES. So the last red candle that we had the highest volume, and we had a huge wick on this candle, so that's kind of indicating that there was a lot of buying even without seeing the order flow as well. Much love from Reddit, my bro. Oh, what's up, guys? I'm missing a lot of chat because god damn, we took a nice trade, huh? God damn, we took a nice trade. We are already up for the day. Now let's see if the ES... And by the way, guys, I told you that I'm gonna get out of these shorts as soon as we close the 1-minute candle outside of those VWAP activation bands, right? So the way they work, and someone asked me about the VWAP activation bands. Let me see as well. Man, I missed it. I'm done for the day. I have 4th anniversary with my girlfriend. Good luck to find new trades or just chill. Cointex, my man. Cointex is not only getting lucky in the markets today, huh? Honestly, if I didn't have a cash hack, I would go calls for a quick trade. Yeah, I think like what I wanted to say about those VWAP activation bands is like my general rule is like you want to break them, right? They start super tight. They start being super close. Like they show you the volatility range of the market, right? So they start super tight for obvious reasons, because in the beginning the volatility is super small, right? It's based maybe on the first 5-minute candle that when the overnight opens. And then you want them to break, and as soon as like when you're breaking them, those 1-minute candles are inside of them, right? That's the time you don't want to reverse, man. I think I call this short. Wait, I'm gonna continue my explanation. I think, let me see. I think this short, wait, let's relax a bit. We have 1 minute, but I think it's playing out exactly what I expected. We'll see. I'll wait for the candle close. Price rejected from the VWAP. I mean, we're a little bit not exactly at the VWAP, but close to VWAP. But what I'm looking is, if ES doesn't break inside into this orb again, we are going out. We are going down again. But we'll see. We want to see a candle close, because this candle on ES can close in the orb. But I like how it's developing. Let's see on 1 minute. This is the last 1 minute of this 5 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if we now close. If we don't close into the orb, I think there might be a good chance to short again. Someone asked me how I use the VWAP activation bands. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna do all the explanations, but if I want to enter, then I need to kind of focus a little bit on the charts. But I'm not gonna miss a single question. Don't worry. We're gonna explain everything. After this candle close, I'll make my decision. I will make my decision based on how this 5-minute candle is closing. We didn't close. I think it's, wait, let me see one more thing. Where are we for the EM? 15 minute. Perfect. Let me see. We have a nice entry here. My stop loss will be 7.8. My stop loss will be my entry, huh? Wait, I'm not entering now. Want to have a better. We'll see. I'm entered. My entry will be my stop loss. And I think I might get stopped out from this one, because I have super tight stop loss for this one. Because I'm playing with profits, but we'll see. If ES closes candle into this 888, okay, perfect. It's above the VWAP, nice. I'm risking half of my profits that we just made. But I'm willing to take this trade because ES, like what I'm looking for right now is ES not coming into the orb. If ES comes into the orb, I'm gonna get stopped out 100%. There's no doubt. If ES doesn't come inside orb, I'm gonna hit my TP. Let's see if that's the case. Let's see if that's the case. Can we hit 2 trades? 100 points again. And again, guys, just like I told you, we won the first trade. I can get stopped out here really easily, right? And that's the thing of copying my trades. I might get stopped out here and then I lose this trade and that's it. But we have a lot of, I like the confluences here, and I'm gonna explain you in a little bit. But I like that we are right now at 15-minute 9 EMA as well. If that 15-minute 9 EMA breaks, I'm happy to be stopped out, because that confirms we don't have trend continuation to the downside. Let's see, I'm gonna go for 200 points on this trade. But I think I'm gonna be stopped out, honestly. The way it's developing, I hope not, but we'll see. And then we're gonna do some explanations, because if I take 2 trades so frequently, then I don't want to overtrade, right? I don't want to enter into overtrading where, yeah, I think I'm stopped out on this one. We'll see, not yet. But I think I'm stopped out. The way this is developing, we'll see. And this is, if I get stopped out, this is like the perfect example how I always say, like, be ready to lose if you enter because I am entering, right? Because the first trade we win, amazing trade. This is looking like it's a loser trade. We'll see. I like the wick that we made, but we'll see. Can this 5-minute candle start closing bullish? Then it's over. We'll see. But I have belief, because we are at 15-minute 9 EMA. We are at the place right now. We are at the place where we should reject if we want to continue more down. If we don't reject from here, we're not gonna continue more down, at least for now. Like, I'm gonna show you as well. But 15-minute 9 EMA. Let's see, we need a little bit more volume. If someone has the delta, that would be even more amazing. Let's see. Is ES closing? VWAP. Okay, we got the rejection from the VWAP. If ES closes any candles into the orb, we are fucked. If not, we are not fucked. Let's see. Let's see. Not any momentum down yet. Yeah, ES wants to come into the orb, which is not so good sign for this short. But I'm risking profits. Yeah, ES is coming. Yeah, we are out from this trade, I think. I mean, it's not over until it's over, right? But I think we are out from this trade. Where are we closing? Yeah, I think I'm out. I'm out. Not yet. But ES is coming, you see? ES is coming into the orb, and that's like the whole trade idea is out of the hooks. Yeah, I'm out. This is definitely stopping me out. Delta on TradingView minus 24k. Can any order flow tool confirm that we have minus 24k delta? That's extremely... it's stopping me out. Okay, we lost a little bit of profits. Now it means that I'm gonna probably take one more trade today. I'm gonna do some explanations why I took this trade and how the VWAP deviation bands work. Man, I'm so close to being stopped out. Yeah, ES is closing candle into the orb as well. Okay, we are out from this trade. It is what it is. But regardless, let's go to the VWAP deviation bands and explanations, because that was a really nice long. If we actually reversed the first trade, our short, if we actually reversed it, that would be beautiful. But we didn't, so we can't talk in hindsight. But this is going back inside the orb, which is really bullish. Again, you want to wait for 5-minute candle close to confirm, but I think I'm wicked out from this short regardless, because that's not looking could. My stop loss is right here, right? 90. Yeah, I'm stopped out from this one. I mean, this is, there is volume on this buying. Yeah, it's so close. I want to see it, but I know I'm stopped out. But you still hope, right? Yeah, it's okay. One winner, one loser so far on the stream. Now let's go. Where is the? Nice. Don't tease me. Like don't give me this tease. Don't give me this. Oh, maybe it's not over. Don't give me this tease. Come on. But this is looking like good reversal for longs. If you're in longs, this is looking extremely strong. Man, if we reverse now, no, I don't think so. We are 1 point. Yeah, we were 1 point away from my stop loss. Any small wicks above this candle will stop me out. But I will wait until it's over. But I think it's over. Imagine if we now make the local high for this pullback, and we're gonna go here. No, I think it has so much strength right now going up. Yeah, now I'm stopped out. Okay, that's it. So let's go, and we go. I mean, everything works in a way that I explained, right? We closed 5-minute candle on ES inside orb. I mean, we are closing in 1 minute, so maybe it's smart to wait for the confirmation, but I think we're gonna go. Anyways, going back to the VWAP activation band. So we have today one winner, one loser. It is what it is. You lose and win. Regardless, those VWAP activation bands, I'm gonna give you a cleaner chart because then you understand. Those VWAP activation bands, how I use them for reversals, and it actually was really good long setup there as well. But regardless, they open super tight, meaning in the first, when they open overnight, they open every night. They are like super tight, they are super close, there's close range. And then you start breaking them. The first breaks I don't trust because it's not so strong. But the more you break them, the stronger they become. Man, did I get stopped out now and it's gonna reject from here? Man, that will suck, huh? Did I have too tight stop loss? I don't think so. Oh, okay, we closed 5-minute candles, so I can continue. So my setup that I use for those VWAP activation bands, guys, I'm a little bit. I'm hoping that I didn't have two 4-hour candle open soon. Mate, 4-hour candle opens in 3 hours. That was the first hour of 4-hour candle. I'm a little bit. Okay, let's go into the explanation. I don't want to miss my payout. I don't want to miss any entries, but they open super tight, and today they are super tight. As you see from the previous days, they get much wider. But the overall theory behind them, or how I use them in my trades, is once they are breaking, and let me give you a really good example. Let me find you here. Like you see here, we didn't even break them. Okay, let's go back to the real time. By breaking, I mean price starts to dance between those VWAP activation bands. That's when you don't want to long or you don't want to short if price does something like this. And it does sometimes, and then those VWAP activation bands get wider, right? The more price stays inside, the more wider they get. Now, my confluence or how I trade them is if you see the dancing, let's make it as clear as possible. Did I get stopped out and now it goes? And we are still not closing the 15-minute candle above the 3 minutes. And I want to explain, but I'm so busy at looking at those. We might still. I want to see how this 15-minute candle closes. Yes, it's juicy. Yes, it's juicy. ES is rejecting, like the 15-minute 9 EMA that I'm looking at is my trend continuation trades. If I'm expecting, which I am, that we're gonna continue down, then if you wanna jump on a trend, you wanna jump when we are at the 15-minute 9 EMA. And if you don't close candle back above it, you see we are leaving a wick. If you don't close candle back above it, I'm confident that we might have a trend down continuation. But I don't want to jump. Where should I wait? What sucks is it's now back to my entry as well. We have 2 minutes. Let's see. We have 2 minutes. Sorry, I'm jumping from the explanations because I like the setup that we are making. I should. Okay, this 5-minute close will be quite key. This 5-minute candle close will be quite key. We have 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. I'm interested in how this 5-minute candle closes and also how the 15-minute candle closes. Are we gonna close above this 9 EMA or not? It looks like it wants to close above it, but we have 50 seconds, everything can change. And the fact that we are getting rejected from the VWAP as well. The fact that we are getting rejected by the VWAP as well. Are we close to my entry? Quite close. Come on, close the goddamn candle. Sometimes the waiting time feels the longest ever, huh? It feels the longest ever, and we are also closing 1 hour. What's the 1 hour close? Not so bearish close, huh? We are coming close to my entry on the first trade. We are coming close to my entry on the first trade. Okay, I think we closed 5 minutes. Man, I'm still. Let me see. Where are we reaching? It looks like it wants to go higher. Okay, let's finish the explanation of VWAP deviation bands. God, I want to short this so badly again. You can have an option to short it above orb high. God damn, you are bullying me into another short. I think. The full trap into bear trap. The question is, are we gonna... We are at the VWAP right now, right? Where we closed the candle? 15 minutes? We closed above the 9 EMA though. We closed the 15 minute above 9 EMA. Okay, let's do the VWAP deviation blend explanation completely, and then I don't think there is right now a shorts here. I was hoping there is, but we'll see. So they start super tight, and then price starts doing sometimes something like this. It dances between those, and those things just expand and expand, right? As soon as price starts dancing in between them, then you see them expanding. Now what I like to see, what I like as one of my favorite setups is here. Like ES was doing it here, right? They were expanding, and my rule for the first short was if we close 1 minute candle outside of them, man, I think I wanna chase this short so much, but I'm not sure if it's a good, yeah, because we are not closing candles above the VWAP, so it makes me wanna short, but I don't wanna FOMO in as well. I mean, I would risk all my daily profits on this trade, right? I would risk my daily profits on this trade. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm feeling the shorts coming in. If you copy trade me, I don't recommend copy trading this trade, but I have a belief that we have momentum. I might be completely wrong here, guys. Again, it's just we are not taking the VWAP. And that's why I'm in this trade as well, because we are not I might be stopped out immediately. Maybe I was rushing into this trade, we'll see. But I don't recommend copy trading any trades, but I definitely don't recommend copy trading this trade. I am in profits for the day, so I'm feeling more confident. Not confident, but it's easier to step into a trade when you are playing with profits, right? But I think we'll see how it's developing, but it's just the fact that we are not taking this VWAP at all. We are not taking this VWAP at all. We're not taking this VWAP at all. We're not closing candles above the VWAP. This rejection that we have from the VWAP. Oh, yes, do that. Go outside of the orb. Go outside of the orb. Go outside of the orb. Next. Okay. Okay, I have my exit for this trade. You build position beater. And sorry guys that I'm jumping from my explanations to not explaining, because again I think market is giving a lot of opportunities to try to short this. I think my stop loss on the second short was a little bit tight. Like I think my stop loss was here, right? I got stopped out by margins, by a really small margin. But the way the hourly is developing, the way the last 1 hour close, everything, maybe I'm completely wrong. Again, like I don't know. I don't know before the trade hits my TP or stop loss, right? You never know. But I'm willing to take a risk here, because again, is ES closing? Oh la la, ES closed candle below the orb as well. This candle close is amazing. Let's hope it holds as well. But this ES candle close is amazing for my short. Because as long as you are outside of the orb, right, you always expect the kind of like you always expect that there's gonna be a breakout outside of the orb, right? If you're above it, you expect the price go higher, price to be bullish. And if you're below it, let's see. Let's see, I like how ES is developing, but we'll see. The last 5-minute candle had more volume. Yeah, kinda, but it's still not. NQ is not so much following ES here. It's also like where this 15-minute candle closes. If you go close below 9 EMA again. Can we switch around from here to bearish? Can we switch to bearish here? $956, and my TP is where the VWAP deviation band is actually. The rest of the market is dumping, so giving us more confluences. Giving us a little bit more confluences, but NQ is much stronger right now. We'll see how it develops. But the rest of the market is going down. NQ should go down, right? And again, like I emphasize on should, because the market doesn't always follow our logic, which you see right now. But we'll see. I'm giving myself quite a lot of room on the stop loss as well. I'm risking exactly my profits, so I will be at 0 if I get stopped out. If anybody says, oh, I'm hunting my green days on purpose, now you see. I'm always, I don't hunt for green days, I hunt for profits, and I'm ready to lose. Nice momentum. I think my first short was amazing as well. I think I was just a little bit too tight on the stop loss. I didn't wait for confirmation. I think the confirmation there was to wait before the candle close above the VWAP. We didn't close any candles above the VWAP. So I think the first short, the second short, right? We had the first trade, hit the 100 points on a trailing stop loss. Then we took another short, we lost it. But I think I lost it by margins, like it was so close to my stop loss was just a little bit tight. Like sometimes you need to give yourself more room on the trade, because like your trade needs to come from idea where it's invalidated. My previous trade was invalidated at the place where, in case of we closed the candle above the VWAPs, but we didn't close the candle above the VWAPs, as you see. I mean, actually we kind of did for a moment, but NQ needs to get out from this orb as well. Yeah, NQ is a lot stronger today than I would maybe expect, to be honest. But this is again 100-point trade, so I'm going for the big moves. Maybe for some people 100 points is not a big move. For me, 100 points is always big move, because if you're in with 1 mini, then that's 2000, right? If you're with 2 micros, that's 400. If you're 3 micros, that's 600, right? 100 points is always money. Everything is dependent on your size. Like you can't expect to make 1000 from one micro trade, from one trade, right? Can we hit my TP now? Let's trust the process. Yeah, that first short just got stopped out a little bit too early. We got a little bit too early stopped out. That was just too tight stop. The trade idea was amazing, as we now can see, right? I got stopped out here, and I got stopped out and immediately went to my direction, almost immediately. So sometimes too tight stop, it is what it is. But right now, nice. Can we hit another 100 points? That will be 200-point trades in one stream in 1 hour. Let's wait. I don't like how close we were to my TP. I don't like it at all, but we are patient. We are patient, we are patient. There's gonna be some buying here because it's a support, right? It's the last place we bounced. Man, we are so close to 100 points. It's actually insane how close we are. The market just doesn't want to give us 100 points. Oh, we are so close. We are so goddamn close. I'm considering closing this because I don't want to close. I want to trust the process, but at the same time, it's so goddamn close. Yeah, I'm closing it. Fuck this. I didn't like how we were so close. I closed it. It wasn't 100 points. It was 95 points. We missed 5 points. And like my theory behind closing trades like this is that if you're like, I was 5 points away from my TP, right? Like sometimes you need to be like, hey, am I really gonna hold a winning trade into a break even or even into a loser just because it didn't give me 5 points? Like it doesn't make sense, right? You're waiting for 100 points, the market gives you 95 points. Well, for me, it makes sense to close it. It can go and I will miss $60, but at the same time, it's like, why would I put myself into a situation where I was 5 points away? But let's see how it develops. My phone is hot. But regardless, 95 points or 100 points, right? And I'm gonna give this trade here. We're gonna see if it's gonna hit my TP or not. You're legend, man, the best trading style I ever saw. Oh, I'm far from legend, but I bow my head to you. But what a trades, huh? I mean, even like, yeah, we lost one trade, but what, like, was it like lost trade because the trade idea was bad, or it was because my stop loss was too tight? And it happens sometimes. Maybe I was not willing to risk so much. Let's see where we got stopped out. We got 91, so we got stopped out. Okay, like look where I got stopped out on my first trade. The second trade I lost. Like, is it actually like bad trade? I don't think so. I think it's just like, I think I didn't have enough cojones or balls to hold it. But like if you get stopped out here and the market goes your way, it's more like, hey, give your trade more time to breathe, wait for confirmations and so on. So essentially, if we held the first trade, we would be 3 winners. I mean, if we held the second trade, we wouldn't take the 3 trades, and it's gonna hit probably had 100 points as well. So not really. It's dancing with the 100 points, huh? Volume increasing, profit is profit, exactly. Especially if it's 5 points. Like, why put yourself into a situation where you're gonna go do break even after being 5 points away from your TP? Sometimes it makes sense to close it. I can see why you were so consistent, man. Amazing work. Thank you, my guys. Thank you. And I just wanna see how this trade goes, because I wanna say that we gave 200 point trades today on the stream, and I think that's gonna be right now. But now I'm gonna take it super slow. I made nice profit, 248, right? It's across 3 accounts, so it's 750 almost. So 750 for me for the day right now. Actually, I made in the morning before London opened, I took one more trade here, so you can add 50 there as well, but 100 points is here. When you trade gold, when I'm gonna trade gold is when Nasdaq will give me red days. Honestly, I'm a strong believer that if you stick to one symbol, whether it's Nasdaq, gold, whatever, like the reason why I'm not switching to gold is, sorry, I'm checking because there's financial choice news right now coming out. Trump is speaking about Iran. I need to be personally involved in selecting next Iran leader. And there you go. No, I can't say yes. So now it's 100 point trade shown on stream. 2 of them today. I think now it's 100 points. Yeah. I mean, let's wait for one more point. But I'm a strong believer that, like with Nasdaq, with NQ, or whether it's ES or NQ, it doesn't matter, right? But whatever you trade, you feel some kind of familiarity. Sorry for my Estonian accent, but you feel some kind of, and it is 100 point trade now, shown on stream. Yep, now it's official. We showed 200 point trades today on stream. But I'm a strong believer that, like, if you trade Nasdaq, which I've been doing since last September, so I've only been trading NQ. I'm a strong believer that because I only been sticking to one symbol, which is NQ in this case, I have a strong understanding what price might do. If I switch to gold right now and I would see like extreme volatility, I would be like, is this normal? Like I need to spend a lot of time looking on the left on the chart to see how it's behaving, right? Like whenever I'm gonna place a trade, even with my confluences or even with my setups or whatever, then every time I would kind of like feel that whatever is gonna happen, maybe it's gonna dance in my stop loss a little bit. Like I'm not familiar with it. Like I feel for me to be trading gold profitably, I will probably need to spend 5 months watching the charts, trying to take some trades. Like I need to understand how it moves. With like some people hate NQ or Nasdaq because it wicks them out, right? I remember when I posted on Reddit a few days ago, a lot of comments were like, oh, I get stopped out all the time from NQ, and like, how do you trade it? And I know personally, and you see, like I even did the mistake today on the stream. Like I know personally that NQ can be like really wicky. Like you need to have the right stop loss. Like even if you place your stop above this high, you don't want to have this stop here, because I know for a fact that NQ can do this and then go down. Like it's just me being familiar with the symbol and how it acts and how aggressive it wicks can be and everything, to kind of be familiar and not feel uncomfortable in a trade. It's just like the experience of watching one symbol and kind of getting to know it and getting to know its personality and being ready for the unexpected. Like you always need to be ready for the unexpected, but at the same time I feel like if you watch the same chart over and over every single day and you trade it as well, like you're ready for whatever the unexpected is. You're kind of expecting the unexpected. Need to stop moving to break even too soon? Yeah, there is only 2 solutions for break even. And this has happened. I think this was the last time I streamed, right? I went on a little tilt psychologically. I wasn't confident in my future trades because I got break even on my first trade, which was amazing trade, 200 points. Is like there's only one option for break even. If you want to go really quickly to break even, you need to be at least with 2 micros. Because you need to at least take profit with the 1 micro and then you go break even. Because if you go with 2 micros and you take profit with 1 micro, whether it's 50 points, I think 50 points is good to take the first profit. Depends on your risk appetite, right? But then at least like if you go to break even, you still got the profit from the one contract, and then you can enter again on 2 contracts if you like the setup on the break even. But going into break even with one contract, again, it's something that I struggle as well. Like, when do I decide to go break even, and when is it worth it? Because with like one contract you can't scale out, right? You don't have option to go out, like take your profit, go to break even, and then if it hits your break even, you're still in plus. So it's really hard to trade break even with one contract. And if the market is so volatile like it is right now, like let's be honest, yeah, we are hitting 100 points trades right now, and it's amazing. But at the same time, like the candles itself, like this, yeah, we got the 100 points with almost 150 minute candle, right? So it's super volatile market. So I'm a little bit scared of being with 2 contracts because Bro, you're live? I thought you wouldn't be streaming for like 2 weeks. This is the last week, and I will stream for the next 2 weeks. It's just the stream schedule will be a little bit different, and it's not gonna be every day. It's gonna be more like I come home 1 hour after the market open, and then I will see if the market is super interesting. I will turn on the stream. If not, I'm gonna record a normal video, because I'm gonna use the time for the next 2 weeks, like really record videos on the days when I'm not streaming. So we'll see. But this week, so we only have 1 day after the day, the stream is completely on. I will be starting 2 50k evils tomorrow. Can you explain the pathway to passing the evils from your experience regarding the risk per trade and the psychology as well? Explain it in the way what you think is your way of passing the evils. So the first thing you need to understand about passing evils, or what I recommend, is you set a certain budget how much you're comfortable spending on the evaluations. So for example, let's say you say, okay, I'm okay spending 300 euros or dollars or whatever your currency is. I'm okay spending $300 on eval accounts this month. Why I think like you should do it this way, or like set the budget for your evaluation accounts, is because in that way you can't fuck yourself like really badly. Because I've seen Reddit posts where people are spending 10,000, 20,000 on the evals or combines, and the reason is they treat it like casino, right? I saw one Twitter post yesterday where someone said, oh, I've spent this much on combines because I'm waiting for one trade. Like, they are trading Top Step in a way where they're hoping for one good trade. I'm not gonna forget about explanations. I'm gonna explain the evaluation part, and then I'm gonna do the explanations on the setups. And you need to limit yourself that this is the amount of money I'm gonna spend on combines. If it goes above it, that's it. I'm gonna try it next month again. This is really good for you because you can kinda take the first combines with a little bit more ease. You're like, hey, I will try to pass them a little bit quicker. I'm gonna a little bit add more size, and I'm gonna come into like what size I recommend using on evals and so on. But you're gonna come in with the mindset like, hey, I've spent $100 this month on evaluation accounts. I can try to risk a little bit more because you know you're not spending shitloads of money on those eval accounts, right? Maybe your budget is 100, then it's a different story, but you understand what I'm saying. So, and then let's say you buy 2 eval accounts, you spend 100, so you still have 200 to spend that month on eval accounts. What you can do is take those first accounts maybe a little bit more aggressive. And by aggressive, I don't mean that you need to pass in first 2 days or with 2 trades or 3 trades and risk losing the accounts with only few trades. But I'm saying you can be more aggressive, and as you see, my accounts, it's the only 100k account. Don't ask why I have like different, but usually I go for 150 because I feel it gives you more room to fail and still come back, and then you have a nicer buffer whether you're funded or not. But how I would go about 50 account or any accounts is I would go into trades maximum with 5 micros, especially if the market is moving like that. You only need 2-3 micros, because that 100 point with 3 micros is 600, right? 5 micros, it's 1000. But you also need to have wider stop loss if the market, like for me, that last trade had 66 points as a stop loss. So with 5 micros, that will be 660, right? So risking 660 to make 1000 is, you need to have a really good setup to risk so much money to make also so much money, right? But I would kind of play it in a way where you take the first, I don't know, first or second trade, you take it for 3-4 micros maximum. If you hit your first trade, if your TP hits, you, for example, let's say you make 1000 and you need to make 2000 is the maximum you can make. No, 1.5 is the maximum you can make on 50k accounts, right? So what I will do then is, let's say you make 1000 and the maximum you can make is 1.5. What I will do is go on those, no, not here, there is risk settings, yeah, this one, and you can put the personal loss limit. So as soon as you're up 1000, you put this as 500. I think I haven't used this a lot, so don't quote me whether I'm guiding you the correct way how to use it. Here is, you choose liquidate and block, right? So what I'm trying to say is, if you build the buffer with your first 2 trades, I would always try to go for the maximum profit you can make in a day. So if you make 1000, you should go to try to make 1.5 on the same day. But you set yourself hard limit that if I lose 500, I'm done for the day. I made 500, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. So I would always kind of like, if I'm doing 150,000 account, what I always try to do is try to make 1-2,000 really quickly, or with the bigger size. As soon as I make 2,000, for example, I will risk 1,000 to make 3.5 more, because you can make 4.5 in as a whole, as the maximum for 150 evaluation account. So what I'm trying to say is, like, try to build a buffer and then don't lose the whole buffer. Lose half of it, so your life tomorrow is a little bit easier. You're a little bit closer to the passing. And at least I would say, at least, like, give yourself at least 5-6 trades before you lose the account. Like, whatever size you use, give yourself at least 6-7 trades before you lose the account. Don't blow the account in one take. But again, this comes back to my first point, where you set yourself, let's say, $300 as a spending limit for the day, or sorry, for the month for evaluations. Maybe if it's like 2 weeks into the month and you're still on the first eval accounts, maybe it's like, yeah, fuck it. I'll try to play more size, because I'm okay buying new combine accounts if this thing fails, right? So it really depends on that as well. And I'll take one more question and then I'm going to do Jose Chances. I love your name, Jose. Jose. I think it's Jose, right? Again, I'm Estonian. I'm not so familiar with Spanish names, but I think it's Jose. When you passed an eval, how do you manage trading on the live account and an eval, like a second eval? Like, if I would have, so I have 4 XFAs, and how I would manage trading if I want to make the 5th account, how I would manage it. I mean, I will trade it. I will perhaps trade it in a way where I will always enter with the combine first on any trades I want to take. So let's say I want to short right now. I will go into this trade with combine first. If it hits my combine, good. I'm closer to passing my account. If it goes against my combine and I'm in a stop loss in my combine, but it's not hitting my stop yet, but I still like the setup, then I will be like, oh, let me take the same trade on XFAs as well, just much smaller size. Can you copy from past account to eval? It depends what your balance is on XFA, because your XFA scales in terms of how many contracts you can go in. If you can copy trade your combine sorry, your leader account can be XFA and your follower account can be combined, but they can't be vice versa unless you have certain amount of balance on your XFA, because your XFA is like, if you make 2000 on 100k XFA, you unlock more minis to trade or more micros to trade. So it depends like how big is your XFA. But now I'm gonna take a small pause from new question, and I'm gonna focus, because I promised Jose that we're gonna give a little we've finalized the explanation regarding the VWAP deviation bands. So VWAP deviation band is the first rule, and I'm gonna do a really 3-minute in-depth. I'm not gonna take any more questions right now for the next 3-4 minutes. Okay, one last trade, because it's easy question. I just entered. What trades did you take today? We took short here. I TP'd 100 points. I don't know where was 100 points. Let me see. 100 points. I TP'd here. I was looking for much bigger targets, but price started reversing, so I traded my stop loss to 100 points. And then I took this short. I took one more short, and I got stopped out from my first shot. It was really similar to this one. I got stopped out where the red line is. No, sorry, the red line was 91. So I got stopped out by 3 points, and then I took this short again because I was like, this setup is still valid. So I got another 100 points, 200 point trades. Now, with one loser. Now let's go into explanation of the VWAP deviation bands. Guys, I'm gonna not check chat for 5 minutes maximum, because I'm gonna do really good explanation, or try to do really good explanation on how I use VWAP deviation band as a reversal. So the first thing, and I'm gonna make it as clear as possible. The first thing is you only on 1 minute chart. So I only use this chart on 1 minute, and the reason being is, if I go on 15 minute, 15 minutes is even maybe not so good. Okay, it's actually still good. But even if I go anything higher than 15 minutes, it doesn't really like, it gets a little bit, I don't know how to say it. It's not so clear, and you're gonna understand what I mean by not so clear. Especially on 1 hour, no fucking idea what the fuck is going on here, right? So I always use this chart on 1 minute. But the first rule, besides using it only on 1 minute, is those, and I'm gonna start from the beginning, those VWAP deviation bands expand every single day. They usually, the whole purpose of these is they are connected to the volume. I think so, because it's VWAP. They're connected to the volume, and they give you presentation how wide is the market volatility. Market likes to stay between them, so it presents how volatile is the market, like what's the range of the volatility. Now what I look for, as you see, they act the same way every single day. Here is maybe a little bit different, but most of the time you see here, perfect. Okay, actually I think I'm gonna find examples here, because that's like the perfect day to find examples. But they start super tight, and then they get wider and wider, right? You see it every day. They start close, and then they widen up. Now my theory is, once they are wide, and you can see it even right now, like we made them a little bit wider. Today is not the best example, and again, that's like, market doesn't give you A+ setups every day. There's different, like you need to spot when there is a A+ setup and when it's not, right? Today is not so much. Yeah, we made them a little bit wider and price is respecting them, but it's not A+ setup in my eyes. So coming back to here, so once, and here is also will be another example. So once we make those VWAP deviation bands wider, and I see your questions, I'm gonna go there. Once you make them wider, they become stronger. And how price is making them wider, or what's the ideal scenario for me when price is making them wider, is, let me circle this, because I might lose this on 1 minute. If yep, that's exactly what I expected. Let me go there. Perfect. So what you want to see is exactly what's happening here, and this is not even the best example, but it is. So when they're expanding, And my favorite setup to use those for reversals is exactly this. Price is like here we are just using the lower band, but price is just like inside of them. That's the time you don't want to find reversals. Let the price expand those VWAP deviation bands. So once it's expanded, once it's finished expanding, how you spot the time when it's finished expanding them. It happens when we close 1 minute candle, 1 minute candle outside of them again. So once we start dancing inside, you wait for 1 minute candle to close outside of them. Again, nothing is 100%. You will see sometimes it doesn't respect it the same way I explained, sometimes it does. And again, there is no strategy in the world that will always work the same way 100% of the time. But the whole idea is, and we've taken some amazing trades based on that on stream, is once the price starts stop dancing inside of them and we close 1 minute candle outside of them, and I don't mean candle going outside of them and then coming back in, like actual candle close, then what you want to do is you want to enter on the retest. And as you see, we didn't get the retest, so if you sometimes have balls, you can take an easy trade in a way where you, let's say you see the candle close outside, and now your stop loss is whenever we go back inside of them, right? And then the risky part of this trade is they will get further and further away. So I don't want you to start expanding your stop loss, but initially when you get in, you have a really simple rule. Because you are expecting that as soon as we expanded them, they are now stronger. You expect price to do something like this as soon as we finalized this expansion or making them bigger. That's my overall theory behind them. That's how I've seen them work. Let's see if we can find another example. This is an Asian session. I don't trust it so much. I want the New York to completely destroy them, or even London completely destroy them, like here. You can find sometimes plays, and I sometimes take trades based on that, right? I take sometimes trade if I'm up during Asian session, maybe I throw a short or long based on them, but I don't trust when they are so close. I only trust them like here, perfect. I only trust them, and actually this will be a perfect sign do not take this setup. Why? Because what sometimes happens is price, yes, it goes inside of them, but then it comes outside of them, and then it holds it as a support, but you're still grinding higher. You want to see, instead of this, you want to see this before you take your shot, and then the candle close, and ideally on the retest you enter. Again, market doesn't always give you the perfect conditions, but I'm telling you what's the perfect setup for me. For me, the perfect setup here will be, and I will try to find it on the chart as well, is price is inside of them, dance, finally candle close, retest, boom. Like that retest will be my my entry, because my stop loss will be in obvious position. And let me try to find as good. Okay, here is a good example as well. It's not full reversal here, but here you see a little bit how we destroy them, and then on the retest, and again then it comes down to, as I told you, like, are you willing to, let's say you enter here, are you willing to a little bit trail your stop loss with this one? I mean, this is not the best. I mean, this is before London. This is, I think market was closed here, no? Maybe I'm wrong. I wish I can find you the perfect setup, because sometimes they happen, and again it's okay. This is probably the most closest we can get to the perfect setup based on this. You see this? We destroy them, we make them wider, price breaks out of them, and then sometimes it does a retest, sometimes it doesn't retest, but then like as soon as you see the 1 minute candle, maybe you're gonna chase it. Let's say you enter from here, and then you target, let's say, I mean, this is let's put 100 points. You know, I love my 100 points, right? And here you can have, even if you trail your stop loss with this one, you still have 1 to 2. But that's like generally how they work. Now, what's really important, and what I always look for, and what I was also looking on my first trade today, is I have them simultaneously. Because the most ideal setup I can potentially have with those VWAP deviation bands. And I know that there was one time I took a long after a really heavy downtrend, and it was amazing long on stream. I took long on stream based on that. So what you want to see is, and this is why I got out from my first short today as well. Like let's look what happened today, right? Let's go on the same time phrase. So here we started destroying them. I was in short, right? NQ as well. Now I had a really wide TP because I hoped we start destroying them like this, you know, stay inside and they expand lower and lower, right? But what I really enjoy, or how you find sometimes the perfect entry, is ES or NQ, it doesn't matter which one, they're both inside, and then one of them, whether it's ES or NQ, it doesn't matter, one of them, ES or NQ, closes candle outside of them. And I'm mostly trading NQ. So what I would love, or like if I could ask the perfect setup, would be that we completely destroy those VWAP deviation bands, right? We dance around them, and then ES closes candle outside of them and NQ is still a little bit inside of them, and then it closes. I'm comfortable taking long here because my idea of how I will get out from the trade is the fact that if ES comes back inside, but as long as ES holds above them and NQ is still inside, that will be like divergence in a way where I would feel comfortable getting in. I know it's a little bit complicated. I'm trying to make it as short as possible as well. I have 45-minute explanation on those VWAP deviation bands on my channel as well, but these I use kind of reversals. And today as well, when I was in my short, I told if we close 1 minute candle on either side outside of them, I will probably trade my stop loss, and that's what happened. But like again, like you will monitor them, you will get better understanding. Like for example, yesterday was no shorts, right? We all know that yesterday was terrible day for shorts, except if you didn't short before close. And look what happened. Like you can say, like here I got excited for the shorts because I was like, finally we start doing this, right? I want the trade to kind of build up. I want it to be super bullish before I take the short, because I want everyone to believe that we keep going up. But one thing that I can tell you, that 99% of the time, if price starts dancing between them, it's not gonna stay there forever. It can, there's 1% chance. I have seen it, and usually like when you need to kind of ignore the rules for indicators are two factors. One is news. I would say the news are the only time you see the price going even outside of them. It's gonna be temporary. The price is gonna usually, like you don't, no matter how far away I zoom out, you don't really see price outside of them. If Trump tweets something or Powell says something, you can see candles outside of them. It's not like 100% safe. But yesterday I got excited from here because I was like, oh, we finally start building a setup, right? We're gonna dance in them, and then I wait for the candle close. So what I want to say is, or what to avoid in this setup is, if you are like super close to them, and like you see we are trending up, right? We are trending up, but the VWAP deviation band is getting further and further away. That's like also my sign, like maybe I don't want to look for short, because the price is trending up. It's not giving me the short opportunities close. Like I want the price to be actively and aggressively destroying those VWAP deviation bands for me to get interested in possible reversal. And I would also say that we had, I think it was October, whatever it was, we had one day where price was inside of those VWAP deviation bands all day. And my theory behind any indicator is bears, so downtrends, especially aggressive downtrends, are always more aggressive than uptrends, for whatever reason. So if you see, like there's exceptions, right? Everything has exceptions, but like don't rule out that there's gonna be some day in the future where we're gonna be super aggressive down. and then the price keeps dancing inside and you're never gonna find reversal. I remember that day so clearly because I was trying to long based on the VWAP activation bands and I got absolutely smacked. Now, the last thing I will add is how do you get all of this on your charts? First thing is come to the Discord, it's free. But I have this channel, My Charts and Indicators, and you can find every single chart that I show on stream, and I don't keep any secrets. I don't have some secret chart that I'm hiding behind you and I'm gonna say one day, if you pay me, I will give you all the secrets. No, I'm gonna give you all the secrets for free. But anyways, you come to my Discord and there is every single chart broken down, why I had this chart, what I look for, and what you want to see on this chart. So I have the same explanation that I did for now for probably 10 minutes, same explanation, put it in really short. And they are called VWAP STTV Bands V2 by Young Keezy. You will find it. And then I have the settings here as well. You can pause the stream for a moment. These are the settings. This is the only thing you touch. Everything else is color. Okay, you can these as well. It gives you the VWAP as well. If you don't have VWAP on your chart, you can have VWAP from this indicator as well. But these are the settings I use. They're all in my Discord, and the name again is VWAP STTV Bands V2. Okay, now let's take some more some other questions as well. And I'm glad you guys finding them. And even right now you can see like my assumption on those VWAP activation bands, every time they get destroyed, meaning we go inside of them, they are stronger. And I don't want to say that today is a good example, but it kind of is, you know. We kind of destroy them. I want to see absolute destruction, right? I want to market to hammer them, make them like really destroy them. Today was like semi, but as you see, like the whole assumption is if you make them wider, you only make them wider by destroying them, the next time they're a little bit stronger. And I mean, I'm not saying that it's only gonna happen when we do this small destruction, but they become always stronger whenever we make them wider. Is your other job in the finance industry? No, man. I am stupid. Oh, look what we have. We deleted the indicator. I'm stupid as hell in the finance stuff. Then let's see. DK joined. What's up, my man? I was doing a little explanation, so I missed some messages. Bro, is Trump talking now or something? I think he said some things. There was some messages, but yeah, it's. I think it's. He was speaking a little bit. Let's see. I think I missed, and also like if you're a new time viewer, which I see that some names, maybe you have viewed my stream before, but you haven't said anything. But my assumption right now is you're the new time viewer. What I also say is like, if you have a really trendy days, this is a really, for me, the most easiest setup you can find in the market, because you always, trend is your friend until it's not, right? We all know this. You don't want to go against the trend, but at the same time, the best trades come when we find the good reversal. So that's how I find the reversals. But I also want to say, give you the opposite of finding that reversal. The opposite is, for me, it's the favorite. You can use different time frame EMAs, but super short introduction to EMAs. It's like the video game, and you have different level of bosses, right? You have level 1 boss who is easy to destroy, and then for the second level boss you need to get a little bit better. You maybe need to collect some items, blah, blah, blah. You understand my point. EMAs are exactly the same thing. They are the bosses. This white stairs is your first boss, this orange is your second one, blue is your third, and 200 is your final boss, right? If I go on a daily time frame, it becomes super clear, right? You have the stairs, then you have the orange one, the second one, then you have the third one, and as you see, the final boss on a daily time frame has been holding us like crazy. That thing is so strong on a daily time frame, right? And right now you see the same thing vice versa, right? We are held by this 200 EMA, but at the same time daily is not taking back 100 EMA. So my overall theory is, if high time frames are below those bosses or those EMAs, we are bearish. If we are above them, we are bullish. Obviously right now it's really hard to find a trend because we've been in a range since October, but like here is a perfect example on a daily, right? We came, as you see, we broke the same 200 EMA. What was the result? We just came down. As soon as we took those EMAs back, the price holds them, and the same way, right? You have the white staircase, 9 EMA, first bus 21 EMA, second bus 100, the next bus, and you can put 50 EMA in the middle as well, but you understand what my point. Now what I want to finish this point is, one thing is reversals based on the VWAP deviation bands, but another thing that I love is, and I actually shorted based on this today as well, I was looking for this, because if you have a trendy days, and you will have a lot of trendy days, yesterday was trendy day up, right? We see this was yesterday, and I hate this freaking toolbox, and this is a trendy day down, right? If you wanna get on the trend, or you missed your entry and you're like, damn, market is moving without me, I don't know where to enter, my favorite entry tool for trendy days is this white stairs on 15 minute, because usually like if it gives you a really easy rule where you need to get out. So let's say you see the price is trending down, it's trending down, you're like, where the fuck should I go in? And then you go on this 15-minute chart and you're like, oh, okay, every time we touch this white stairs, I'm gonna go in, and then I will see as soon as if what happens here, this will be your sign to get out, right? Let's say you get in here, this will be your sign to get out, because you closed for the first time after this heavy drop, you closed here, sorry, you closed the candle above it, and maybe it's time to get out, right? And how you can give you a little extra choice on this one, how, like, let's say you short based on those EMAs, right? You write the trend, you are like, today is a trendy day, it looks like it's developing a trendy day, I want to get in, easy way to track your trade or trail your stop loss based on the 9 EMA. But even if you don't want to wait for this to get out, the same story happens on every single time frame. So let me circle this, because then I can find it on short time frame as well. Now I can go on 3 minutes, let me find the same area, and you can put the story together from the lower time frames to what might happen on a higher time frame. Because here you can see, like, if you don't break the same staircase on 3 minutes, how the hell you're supposed to break it on 15 minutes, right? 3 minutes needs to take it back or close candles above it before we even get close to 15 minutes. Same thing, like the short time frame gives you clues what might happen on a higher time frame. So if you're, let's say if you shorted somewhere where I showed you, let's say there was 15-minute EMA, you jumped on a trend, like my first signal to get out from the short would be maybe here, because we closed 3 minutes above this orange line as well, which is the next bus, right? But then we got back, so maybe you wait a little bit more, depends what the 15-minute EMA is doing, what was your entry model. But here is like, it's around the same time, but it's the perfect example how it develops on the shorter time frame, right? We finally took back, like on 3 minutes your defense line is maybe this 21 EMA, and then here you were holding it as a resistance, here you finally start holding as a support, so maybe it's time to get out. So that's also, like, I gave you reversal, but I also want to give you like how can you find those trend continuations and so on, right? Because if I go right now on 15 minute, like I was expecting much heavier trendy day down. Here is a perfect example. Yesterday was amazing example. I think this is yesterday, maybe I'm completely off, but here same things for bulls, right? You're like, oh, this market is going up without me, maybe get in here because you're retesting the 15 EMA. And again, if you're a new time viewer, I know for all my old friends who've been on the streams every time, I just need to throw it out there as well. There is this 65 RSI, same thing on 15 minutes. If you stay above it, you don't want to short, because that's for me an indication what I call zombie rally, where price is just slowly grinding up. It doesn't give any pullbacks. Yesterday was like like Chef Kiss example, how we had a zombie rally and we had like 0 bullbacks. I mean, like, yeah, you can short, you can take some scalps, but it's so risky and the points you're taking is so small. But if you combine this with EMAs, you can put 2 stories together. We are above 65 RSI, which is usually the indication that you shouldn't short. And as you see, if I circle the same time frame when we crossed, so we crossed the 65 RSI here, and we gave up the 65 RSI here, right? Do you see how those 2 things are correlated? Meaning that we are above that 9 EMA on 15 minutes, which gives us opportunity to write the trend, and also RSI confirms it. We are above 65 RSI, so it's a perfect confirmation that you don't want to short this. And now as soon as 65 RSI breaks, the same thing happens on EMAs. So I just want to show you these things because I want to like give you examples how you can put those different elements together into a story, and they can give you like really good understanding whether you should stay in the trades or not. Whew, that was a lot of explanations. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something. Now let's see. Please don't ask me another explanation. I'm a little bit tired. But I hope it all made sense. Let's see what else we missed on the chat. I think we didn't miss. A lot of people were happy with the trades today. I saw that a lot of people made a lot of money, especially with the first trade. I don't know how many people were in the second trade, because we lost the second trade with the super, like that was probably the closest stop that I have had in a long time, right? My stop loss was this red line. We got stopped by a few points and then it went our way. We took the same short. So let's see if I missed anything else. No, I don't think so. Learned a lot. Good stuff. Good stuff. If you are learning, that's fulfilling the purpose of why we're doing those streams. Guys, I need a bathroom break. I went straight from the office to my computer. I'll put it on the screen as well, so if someone new comes here. I made 750 today, DK. I made 248 on 3 accounts. Actually, I made 800 because I made 54 here as well. But let me make it. So I'll be back in 4 minutes. Okay, we are back, boys and girls, maybe, I don't know. We are back. So I'm gonna give 25 minutes for this market to do something. Because that's usually the time I'm not trading anymore. I usually trade the first 2-3 hours. Now it's getting there, so I might not want to trade anymore. If I would take a trade, it would be on this account, because here I don't have such big profits for the day. But let's see if any setups comes. It's gonna be quite similar setup, to be honest, but we have a bullish divergence, and that's one thing that I missed probably when I was explaining. Do we still have any viewers? Maybe I'm speaking to myself, I don't know. I went to PRB and then maybe everyone went out. Okay, we have 33 people still watching. So what you see here is this, right? And that's a bullish divergence. ES made a new low, NQ didn't make a new low, so it's kind of bullish in a sense. It can be bullish for a short term, as we see. It's bullish right now, but those divergences can act as a quite good confluences. Let's see. But both know my job is not in the finance. I am in sales. I am complete dumb in any finance. Okay, let's a little bit focus what the market is doing. I think we're gonna retest the VWAP. I think the market will probably slow down. Let's see what the 4 hour is doing. I'm interested how this 4 hour closes today. It's giving mixed signals. I mean, it's hard to have a bias in this market right now anyway, because like if you zoom out, you could say it's a little bit bearish, but like this is since October, right? So we've been in this range, so it's really hard to have a bias. And we just are crossing the VWAP as well, so yeah, I'm not chasing any trades. We're crossing the 15, the same 9 EMA, man. We are really in the range today. I was really expecting to have a big trade today, right? Okay. Now we are like super bullish. We are super bullish. Let me mark where I TP'd as well. I don't want to move. I want to see exactly, because that's good for my channeling as well. Where did we... This is wrong account. Where did we exit? 91. Ah, no, sorry. 005. 005. These were the two trades that we took today, huh? Not too shabby, not too shabby. Wait, this was... Sorry, I need to... Let's put it like this. These are the two trades that we took today. Oh guys, it's Thursday. We made our money. I'm up 800 for the day. Yesterday I had quite big day as well. I made 300. Man, I have something with 700. I'm up 650 this week on like as a single account. If you look my last month, 740, 760, 785, 500 last. So we need to break the trend. We need to make more than 700. But guys, I think that's it. I think that's it. I think I'll save some energy for tomorrow as well. Again, I want to shower. I don't think I'm gonna. Maybe I would love to trade on this account to make more. As you see, I'm a little bit more aggressive here. 1000 bit 6 trades. Yesterday I over traded. I was up 1k and then I gave back, and then I like, do you see this? I was up 1000, I was down minus 280, and then I was up 1000 again. It was quite terrible trading from me, because I got little bit I was hesitant with my trades and then I lost a little bit. Let's see if the market gives any opportunities. And I think like if you take aggressive trades, I mean like 1 mini or 10 micros, and you have the good timing, yeah, that's 50 points. 50 points is 1000 with 1 mini. Maybe I can find one trade where I take 1000 as well. We have some negative news. We have Iran foreign minister says Iran has not asked for a ceasefire. So that's kind of bearish. The market is reacting to it. I don't want to chase. I don't want to chase any candles. But if you are in the right time, I mean, we are definitely in the market where there's gonna be a lot of headlines, and I think we know this since the weekend, since the whole Middle East war started, that there's gonna be a lot of headlines. I think we all are a little bit surprised, at least I am, how the whole market has reacted to the news. I think everybody was expecting that the gold will be super bullish. Let's see how the gold is doing. Right, this is gold. Now look how different gold is with VWAP activation band. Somebody asked me like why you don't trade gold, and that's the reason as well. It's a little bit like I don't see the same thing on NQ, right, where we go outside of those VWAP activation bands. Oh, same thing here. Look this. Are we gonna get? Yeah. Like I don't know if you're able to trade the VWAP activation band same way on gold as you do on NQ, because like we come outside of them. You don't see this with NQ, but it's cool to know that price is not always guaranteed to stay inside of them. But let's look on the gold on the daily chart. I'm gonna disable the indicator. I think I have like it's the right price, but I think I'm looking at the wrong thing. But let's see how silver is doing. Silver is kind of bear flagging, huh? Kind of bear flagging. But I honestly, like, as soon as the war started, I was like, okay, you long gold and you short NQ, but that was not the case. If you look NQ daily, like, this is Mondays since the market opened, since the war started. NQ was like, yeah, war is bullish. If you want to hear a little conspiracy, I think we are only bullish short term. I think this is just going against the logic of price being bearish based on the war news. I think this is just the bigger boys kinda squeezing all the shorts out that are shorting because of the news, and then we're gonna see the real moves, right? Especially yesterday, like the way we moved up was really zombie rally, as I call it. So in a sense, oh wow, we are moving down a lot, huh? My previous stop loss was the perfect entry. So I think it's a fair conspiracy. Again, like we'll see if it comes into fruition, if it becomes the truth. But I think there is a little bit coincidence that I mean everybody, right? During the weekend when the war started, everybody, oh, I remember like seeing memes on Instagram like, oh, I'm throwing everything into gold and long gold and short Nasdaq and ES, right? Like it was so logical that it probably now in hindsight it really didn't make sense that we're gonna dump a lot. And I think like Monday, if I'm not mistaken, Monday was like a day where we were down minus 2.5% on NQ. I almost got into a trade. I wanted to refresh the chart, but I think we were down minus 2.5% for the day before even New York opened. So I told on stream as well, I had one short. I was like, this short doesn't have much room to go down, right? And I think like it was the perfect setup for market makers, everyone who trades options or or New York session is like, oh yeah, the war is here, the market is super bearish, we're gonna go down 5%, we're gonna see circuit breakers, and then the market was like, nope. And I think the belief sometimes is really delusional in the markets. Like people are really like, and including me, I had bearish bias since the war started, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I was smarter than everyone, no, I was probably more stupid than everyone. But like, it's you really like, I always say don't marry your bias, but it's super hard not to marry your bias if the events in the world are so bearish. So I think it's the same for a lot of market participants. They're like, hey, there is a war, it needs to go down, and then the market is like, not before we squeeze the shorts. But okay guys, I don't see right now any setups. I'm getting super hungry. We took 3 trades. I will call them all winners, but we got stopped out by 3 points on one of them, so I can't say we took 3 winners, but we took 3 trades. Two of them 100 points. I think they were really good trades, right? It's here and this one. I'm not gonna trade this account. Maybe I'm gonna throw a trade on this account as well if I see a setup arriving, but I think now we are in a quiet time. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow we do it again. Absolutely W sesh. I agree. It was amazing session. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I'm gonna take a quick shower, get some food, and then I'm gonna come back to the market, see if there's anything there. Anyways guys, see you tomorrow at the same time. We're gonna stream again, New York session. Keep your account safe. All right, ciao guys.